It's the AJ and McCall show.
After the show!
Hey, we got new graphics.
Yeah, graphics! My name's on there.
Oh, boo. I hate these new graphics then. I prefer the AJ and AJ after show, if you may.
We can make it that.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
That's when
Actually, let's not.
We just turn around and just leave.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Fine. Talk to myself.
I love our new graphics. Good job, Producer Butters. You spent a long time working on them, and they look fire.
You're going to earn that retirement
I'm
to
sure.
Iowa.
That's right. Go to Iowa.
You get
Speaking
that-
of Iowa, you know, I thought about this. Maybe I ought to take a vacation to Iowa.
And see if you even like it.
It would seem
Yeah.
prudent. It would seem like a good idea.
I mean, yeah.
I think so.
I'm going to tell you this. So my sister-in-law's mom is originally from somewhere in that state. I don't remember. But
I don't think there's a lot of towns there.
there's really not.
There's only
So-
like two.
So she said, and she is the nicest lady, and I can't
Yes.
picture her doing this, but she said there was so not anything to do when they were growing up that they used to sneak moonshine into the movie theaters because even her, who I just can't see doing that because she's the nicest lady, was like, "Nope, hammered. We got to get hammered. This state sucks."
There's nothing else to do. Let's get roasted.
My brother
Let's get
has
hammered.
told me that story like 4 times.
That's
it's
hilarious.
The same story, and it's hilarious. And I'm like, I just can't picture her doing that.
I had a friend who just posted a picture yesterday that said, "Orange juice? No, it's moonshine."
I can't.
I don't like the color. I don't like the color orientation to think that thick sauce that looked like orange juice is actually moonshine. I'm not a fan.
blow on it so everybody thinks it's my coffee. Producer Butters, I can't wait till you get the weird looks because I went to cool places, you know, like Mexico and whatnot. People are always like, "Oh, why are you vacationing?" Producer Butters like, "I'm gonna go to Iowa." Yeah.
Right?
Why? Windmills.
Are you gonna come back? Like, are you going through something we need to talk
are
about
you
before
okay?
we let you just disappear?
Probably.
You okay, bud?
Speaking of going through things, McCall's yesterday when McCall read us all that stupid stuff from our horoscopes that was absolutely accurate because the horoscopes came with the smoke.
They did.
One of the things it said about McCall is that she puts herself in toxic relationships and she hurts herself. So yesterday, after crying from finding out that something predicted her personality right, this genius came in today and said, "I found us another personality quiz to take."
We're doing it. Well, I think that's nice because then I can learn more about myself. And whether that's a good or bad thing, I don't really know. We will determine that later. But like this one is it's a 4 tendencies quiz. And there were literally 8 questions. Producer Butters took 45 minutes to get the stupid thing done because he was like,
Took a minute.
"This is boring. I hate it."
Basically.
It wasn't his idea, so he was like, "Nope, I'm out."
Producer Butters, you want to know more
Look,
about
I was
yourself?
waiting for the easy questions like, what's your favorite color?
Yeah,
Red,
because
green?
those have to
gonna
do
tell
with
you
your
about yourself.
personality.
Hey, you never know.
So the 4 tendencies, they have the upholder, they have the questioner, the obliger, and the rebel. So the upholder is I do what others expect of me and what I expect of myself. So you have like strong internal will, which good for you. Questioners, I do what I think is best according to my judgment. If it doesn't make sense, then I'm not doing it. The obliger, I do what I have to do. I don't want to let others down, but I may let myself down. And the rebel is I do what I want in my own way. If you try and make me do something, even if I try to make myself do it, I'm less likely to do it.
On the little summary here, because it has this little 4-wheel thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It says rebel, and it says resist outer expectations, resist inner expectations. What do I think I should do? I should probably work out. Screw me, I'm not doing that.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. So we went in to get the breakdown on it because I was very curious. Because it's nice to be able to know how to react with everybody. Because I'm reading this book right now. I'm reading a book, and the book gives a breakdown and then how like people interact with each other.
Was this quiz in the book?
Yeah, that's why I was like, take this quiz so I could figure it out.
I already forgot what everybody got, so why don't we quickly guess what we thought the other 2 are?
So my guess was Producer Butters was the upholder because he has a lot of internal like expectations, I feel like, but at the same time, like when it comes to work, I felt like he was more the obliger because it's like, well, I want to get it done because other people are relying on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say the questioner because it says resist as opposed to flat out doesn't.
Right.
Because I feel like Producer Butters resists the outer ones. He's like, no, I'm not doing
No.
it. And then the stuff that needs to get done, he will do, but he'll begrudgingly do so. But I think questioner. Excuse me. Questioner.
And then AJ, I wasn't sure on. I was like, I don't know.
Either.
I think McCall's the questioner.
Yeah, fair.
I
wanted to be the rebel. I just wanted to say no to everybody. McCall, yeah. Yeah. I mean, questioner makes sense to me. I could see questioner or obliger.
Yeah,
but I would say questioner.
Mine was the questioner, especially when it comes to the resists outer expectation meets inner expectations. That's exactly what it is. Like, y'all come to me with something, and it's like, okay, so I'm going to do this because I feel like it feels good. And then it's like, hey, why haven't you done that yet? And it's like, well, I'm not going to now. I don't want anything to do with it.
She does that a lot.
I do it all the time.
She does that a
I
lot.
do. It's like, hey, would you clean up this space? And I'm like, no, I was going to. But now that you said clean up this space, I'm like,
see, you gotta go. Don't clean up that space.
And then I'll be like,
don't you do it?
Hey, I want you
think you'll do
to
a terrible
destroy
job.
the studio.
I want you to make it as messy as it can. And my brain is like, okay, does this make sense? Yes, let's do it. We're cleaning it up.
Fair. Producer Butters, what was your guess for me?
I still, after reading all of them, I still think you're the obliger.
Yeah.
Ugh, that's what I got.
Yeah.
So it meets outer expectations, resists inner expectations.
Yeah.
I do what I want. Let's see. I do what I have to do. I don't want to let others down, but I may let myself down. Yes.
Maybe.
Maybe. There's like a whole breakdown on it, but like seriously, I'm listening to this book. I'll get you a breakdown on how to be able to react with each other because, it's important to me.
Let's see if I can throw the image up there so y'all can see it on the stream.
A stream! Dude, I love these graphics.
I know, I like them too.
It turned out so good. See, so yesterday, the things I wanted to get accomplished did not get accomplished at all. I'm still kicking
There's
myself
a term
over
called obliger rebellion. They may, in fact, reach the point of obliger rebellion, a striking pattern in which they abruptly refuse to meet an expectation. Obliger rebellion may take a form that's small and symbolic, like deliberately being late to work, or obliger rebellion may be dramatic and far-reaching, like abruptly quitting a job, getting a divorce, or ending a long friendship with the feeling of, I had it. This is over. You're dead to me.
Yeah, AJ. AJ, no, that doesn't ever happen.
I've gotten so many divorces and so many jobs that I've quit.
I'm just saying, like, with people.
I'm not gonna end it because just random. If I end it, it's for a good reason. But I only keep like 6 people in my life, so it's very limited amount of people that I can end it with.
So this because questioners want to make well-considered decisions and come to their own conclusions, they tend to be intellectually engaged, which is great because my brain is like, get engaged, but also, what's that over there? Oh my gosh, a butterfly. Like, it says if they decide there's sufficient basis for an expectation, they'll follow it. They won't follow it if they think it's arbitrary, inefficient, or ineffective. They tend to take direction only from people that they respect. We need to they said you need to give plenty of justification to do something. We need to get the car inspected by the end of next week. Otherwise, we get hit with a fine or risk a breakdown during our upcoming road trip. Arguments such as, everyone has to do this, or you said you'd do this, or because I say so, or I'm the doctor, aren't compelling to a questioner.
What did you get, Producer Butters?
Obliger.
Oh, so you're the obliger as well.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel like that was accurate for you?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So this says that questioners sometimes suffer analysis paralysis, where they find it difficult to make a decision or move forward because they keep wanting more and more information. They can manage analysis paralysis with strategies such as setting deadlines, establishing limits, or consulting trusted authorities. Ironically, questioners dislike being questioned.
I mean, I can say, yeah.
They find it tiresome They find it tiresome to explain or to be asked to justify their decisions because they consider their actions carefully.
Quiz.
There we go.
One of the first questions in this quiz was about New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
And asking about whether people keep them or not, which, whatever, I guess it's a big deal. But like 80% of people don't keep their New Year's resolutions. So I feel like that's like a leading question.
Yeah.
Because if you answer yes, you're clearly going to go one track. And if you answer no, probably not necessarily going one track. But like that being a determination of 8 questions that we had to answer to me is a little ridiculous.
I don't think so, though.
No.
I really don't, because that's one thing, like for the question about New Year's resolutions, my answer involved yeah, I'll keep them, but it doesn't have to be an arbitrary date. Because how many times have we talked about it? I'm like, I don't care if I start on January 1st. Like, I'm going to start anytime I want to.
Yes. I don't know. I think there's a more poignant way to ask that question about just goals. You could just ask about goals in general.
So the way
like
that
how do you set and keep goals?
The way that what's her name? Gretchen Rubin, the way that she went about this whole thing is because she actually took it to Instagram and she was asking people questions. And she's like, there were 4 generic answers basically for everybody when it came to the New Year's resolutions questions. And so that's why she did it that way, was because it was based on New Year's resolutions initially that launched this whole thing.
Do we know anybody that's a rebel? I just love that I do what I want in my own way. If you try to make me do something, even if I try to make myself do something, I'm less likely to do it.
So she said obligers, it's like 34% of people, and I'm going to biff up numbers because I don't care. But it's like 34% of people are obligers, which is the more so majority, followed by the questioners. And I can't remember what that is. But then the rebels is the very smallest percentage, which is like 13% of people are rebels. And right above that are the upholders. And that's like 17%. So somewhere in the middle, like majority of people are either obligers or questioners.
Bruce Butters wanted to be a rebel. I can just see it now. Listen here, me. I'm not going to tolerate the way me talks to me.
Look here, me. This me. I do me this way. Anyway, personality quizzes. There you are.
Oh,
we broke down our birth charts afterwards, too, which was great.
I got all the jerk
yesterday.
bag. I got jerk bag bingo yesterday when it came to...
We got Scorpio and Gemini
Aries.
and Aries. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
All the jerk signs, got them.
Mine is Pisces, cry, Libra, cry.
Again, it's worth noting, McCall cried yesterday.
I
right,
did.
Bruce Butters? It was your fault.
Yeah. I'll take the blame.
What am I supposed to do tonight?
Cry.
I feel like I gotta
Spiral
get grounded or
4.0.
something.
Pretty much, here's a good one, actually. Speaking of which, this is how good a friend I am. So McCall's having this shame spiral week, and so the second question I asked today, because after we talked about cheese, was... So imagine that your work life, everybody's work life was just run the same way sports franchises. What I mean by, so if you have a contract, but you have no control over it. So like Jared Goff, who played for the Los Angeles Rams, was living in L.A., and then like 2 months ago, a month and a half, he got traded to Detroit. No control over it. Now he lives in Detroit.
See ya.
So McCall's having the shame spiral, and I come in and go, okay, so imagine instead of them telling you're fired, they say, we're trading you. Where and what are you getting traded for?
That's how we started the show.
For what it's worth, McCall said she's only going down to St. George, so it's not even like she's going that far. She got family down there.
I just figured that that's where they would trade me to, because they were like, "Meh, we're bored with you," because that seems to be the case.
I got salary dumped in Casper, Wyoming.
You are just way too much energy, and anytime we have somebody with way too much energy, we ship them off to St. George. So see ya.
I got traded to Casper, Wyoming for a dozen donuts once a week for 8 weeks.
Yep.
Salary dump, pure salary dump. Just had to allocate that budget somewhere else.
Yep. Donuts. Donuts.
I'm not sure where I would be traded to.
Iowa. We already decided it.
Preston.
What's
that? What's the tiny station in Wyoming? The small one that his partner has.
I can't remember.
Are you talking about like KADQ or KNYN?
You're gonna have to say cities. I don't know the
yeah,
call signs.
It's the one in Evanston.
Yes, that one. You're going to Evanston.
There's 2 stations there.
You're going to Evanston.
Okay, well, you're going to Evanston.
You're on both.
You're now operations. You got promoted. You got your operations manager in Evanston.
Surprise!
Hey, at some point, I was actually thinking about going out there.
To Evanston?
Yeah.
It's because of the Cowboys.
It's because they needed a lot of help.
Oh, okay.
And the Cowboys.
Yeah, the Cowboys.
Bruce is a big ranching fan.
Yep.
Obviously. That's why he wants to go to Iowa with his windmills.
Yep. Ranch.
Ranch. Some kind of animals,
It's not a bad idea, really. Other than it's probably really snowy. I mean, blowing snow and cold.
I mean, it's
it
Wyoming.
is blowing
it
snow all the time. Which is not a cocaine reference. I just like to move forward with that.
Not only did McCall get traded to St. George in this scenario, they had to throw in sweeteners. They traded a horse and a station vehicle along with her to St. George.
Please take her.
She'll drive both of those things down as well. They're doing all the pot sweeteners.
Yep.
I don't even know what they got in return to me. I think it was a player to be named later.
Probably.
That's it. Just so they could allocate the budget and then send Producer Butters to Evanston, Wyoming.
Yep. Cowboys.
He's
all
thinking
right.
about it now.
This is
He's
awkward.
thinking about it now.
Thinking, yes.
See? He's obliging.
He's obliging.
You know, it's funny because it's funny that you consider yourself an obliger because I would consider that one of your least traits. I would not consider Producer Butters all that obliging. That's what's weird about the title of it.
Why
No,
do you
I
say
would.
that?
Because I feel like you're very, you do you.
He's very confident in the way that he is, but also at the same time, he's very much like, okay, well, I don't want people to be unhappy. Remember that whole cancer thing that, he's a crab?
I'm so sorry about that. I forgot.
Stop it.
I hope you make a quick recovery.
That's kind of how it is.
I mean, if like for instance, somebody asks me to do something here at work,
he does it. Boom.
I will
done.
do it, get it done before I go home.
Yes. It's
because
not,
I don't want to have to deal with it later. But
yes. Does he want to
speaking
do
of
it
which,
right then?
Can
No.
you check can you check that satellite feed for me?
Hello?
yeah, right.
You get all right on that?
Satellite?
All right, we got to go to a meeting, in which case I'm probably going to say something I wish I had a Zoom mute button for.
Probably.
This has been the AJ and McCall Show.
After the show!